Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? What the fuck? Why am I in the blue space? Why have I been banished to the blueberry realm? What the fuck happened? No, I actually remember what happened. I was recording and I forgot to not be in the blue boy background. Apologies for that. Is it default? Okay, there we go. Hi, I've come back. I come back from my mission in the back rooms. Hello everybody. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Cherry Bum Blossom Boutique. My name is Renan, your lovely fashion dolly. How you guys doing? How's it going? What you guys up to? I haven't seen you in like a whole week. And honestly, it's only been like 3 days, technically. Because if you guys saw the collab on Pepper stream, it's only been like 3 days. But if you didn't, then it's been quite a longer time. But I hope you guys are having a good day, having a good weekend. What were you guys up to? Do let me know. I really need to catch up with all of you. Hey Kenzie, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one. And thank you for coming and say hi. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey Liv, how you doing? You're so close to 1,000 subscribers. I know, right? Like, I am genuinely very excited, but at the same time, do I deserve it? No, not really, because I haven't really made a video in like 2 months or 3, or I don't know how many months it has been. But I haven't made a video in a while, and I felt really guilty about it. So, I've been working towards the next video that's hopefully dropping the next week. Hopefully, I'm really trying to get it done by next week, but you know, slowly but surely we're getting there. And I don't know, what am I gonna do for the 1,000 celebration stream? The thing is, for the 1,000 celebration stream, I actually wanted to do like merch and stuff, but I got fired, so I don't have the money to do that anymore. So I don't know how I'm gonna go about that, but we'll have to figure out something to celebrate, something to do. What? I do not know, but we'll do something. Something will be done eventually. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers. You know what's funny? I actually met the requirements to have I met one of the requirements to actually have like what's it called? Like YouTube memberships, which was the subscriber thing a long time ago, but I still haven't gotten the watch time yet. I'm still struggling with the watch time. I am so close to get them actual memberships, but I just don't have the watch time yet. I'm hoping that my next video pops off just so that I can actually, you know, have the actual subscribe time. You know what I just realized? Because the background's muted, you guys didn't hear that. So hold on, let me do a replay on that. Replay activity. Hell yeah. I don't know, have you guys ever heard the sounds of my alerts? I feel like sometimes they happen and sometimes it doesn't. Have you ever heard the sounds of my alerts? Genuinely, I think that for a while, even though they appeared on screen, they didn't make any sounds. But today they made a sound, so at least they're back. They're in my life, I know. At least now you know how it sounds like. Now you know how it sounds like. But yeah, let me continue saying my hellos. Hey Aaron, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. Hey Nova, thank you so much for this sub. Is it a sub? Yeah, it is a sub. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. 7 months with Prime, bitch. What's it like to give your money to Jeff Bezos? What's it like to like contribute to a billionaire? I know, I work for Bezos. You know what? I don't know what's worse. You giving your money to Bezos or being a worker for Bezos? I don't know how I feel about that. That must be horrifying. Is it true? Is it true that they have you? Okay, I need to know. Is it true that they don't let you sit down, that you gotta pee in bottles? Or do you work as a delivery driver? Because that would make more sense than you working at a fulfillment center. No, it's not true? Okay, you know what? I've been fed misinformation, but still. Hey Jerry, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. Which, by the way, Demon Queen Raiju, why do I feel like I have seen you before, but I haven't seen you in a while? Is this your first time here, Raiju? I feel like I know your name. You know that this is what happens. This is what happens to me for longer amount of time. The longer I go without like looking at people, the more that I forget who they are and what they are. Can I tell you something? I feel like recently my ADHD has been going kind of haywire because even today I went to grab some water, some mango agua fresca. I went to grab some mango agua fresca from the fridge, right? And so we keep the agua fresca in like a huge container, a huge like 7 to 8 liter container. And I stirred myself some, and for some reason my wires got crossed, and instead of bringing the serving to my room, instead of bringing the glass of water to my room, I ended up bringing the whole ass 8 liter container to my room, and I didn't notice until I was about to take a sip of it. Like, imagine me having like a huge tub of agua fresca and me about to take a sip from it. That's essentially what happened. I think so. I have the point, so I don't think so. Well, welcome. Regardless, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Just the SpongeBob thing of this an extreme thirst. Oh yes, absolutely. Except that it was completely not intentional. Because what happens is that my brain swapped the actual glass of water that I was gonna have with the whole tub of water. You know, my brain just swapped it and didn't quite make the connection that I was carrying something much heavier than what I was supposed to be carrying. And so I get to the middle of the hall, and then I realize it. You know, I realize it that I have this thing in my hands that is not supposed to be there, and I get really confused. About what's going on. How did this happen? You know, because here's the thing: when things like this happen to me, I do not know how they happen. They just do. They just happen. Like, do you know how many times I've been like walking around in a flea market? I set down my wallet and then I continue walking, like as though I didn't have a wallet. Like, genuinely, object of permanence is something that I struggle with. Because as soon as it leaves my hands, it does not exist anymore. Even your muscles didn't realize? No, they did not realize. And I mean, it isn't that heavy. Ooh, I love flea markets. What is your favorite booth to visit? Honestly, my favorite thing to do at a flea market is just to roam around. I love to roam around. I love to take the road less travel and just look at everything and anything. Despite the fact that I'm not buying shit, I still love to look. I still love to, you know, smell the sights and see the sights. You know what I mean? But if I had to pick one, from my particular flea market that is like a couple blocks away, it would be the lemon snow cone stand. That lemon snow cone is probably one of the delicacies of my hometown that you could ever get. It tastes so good, and I have it almost every week. It's the one thing that I still allow myself to have without feeling guilty about food. Oh, and the other thing I love to visit, by the way, is like the makeup booths. I love to visit the makeup booths because I get to sort of like, you know, peruse the makeup I get to sort of like look at stuff without feeling the pressure of somebody's trying to sell something to me, you know? That's the thing I love about flea markets, by the way, because I feel like when I go to actual stores, I have an obligation to buy something, but the booth owners are so nice and so eager to have people just look at their stuff that they don't really pressure you. They just let you be and look at stuff, you know? I actually bought my first blush from a flea market. So I'm thinking once I get more money, if I get another job or if I start becoming successful, I'm thinking about buying like foundation and stuff like that, you know, getting like deeper into it, because now that I convinced my mother that putting makeup on in a man is not from the devil, I want to take opportunity and advantage. Bitch, what I am so paranoid about my wallet, I could never. It's just like one of those things. What do you want me to tell you? I have no object of permanence sometimes. Like, I genuinely just set stuff down, forget that it was there, you know? And remember, and not remember. Dude, today, you know what happened to me today? Okay, listen. Today, I went to the convenience store that is like a couple blocks away from my house. Well, listen, a lot of things are a couple blocks from my house. We live in a really well-connected area. But anyway, that's not the point. I went to the convenience store. I paid with an 100 peso bill, and they gave me my change wrong. And you know how much I second guessed myself? I knew that they gave me my change wrong. I knew. Because I saw the bill. I knew that it was a $100 bill. But I trusted the store owner for them to tell me that it was wrong. That I trusted the store owner too much. I was like, wait, this change is wrong. I didn't give them a 50 peso bill. I gave them a 100 peso bill. So why are you giving me 38 back? So I doubted myself, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I just forgot the type of bill that I have. You know? I completely forgot the type of bill that I have. Maybe I had a 50. Maybe I did have a 50, and I gave him a 50, not 100. You know? And I got back all the way to my house, and then my mother tells me, hey, where is the rest of the change? And I'm like, I knew it! I knew that I had a 100 bill. I knew that I gave them 100. So, you know, the owners were really nice. They just had to look at the cameras, you know, but they were still really nice about it. I was shopping in my vacation, and I just got some trinket and jewelry, and I put down my wallet, and I'm walking without my wallet. It generally happens so often. It happens so often that I don't know how much I probably lost a bunch of things like that. I always attribute, for the longest time in my life, I attributed me losing things as just, you know, the goblins, the fairies, the people who like to steal from other people. I always attributed my stuff disappearing at, you know, just the magic of the world, just the world and karma taking things back, you know. But as it turns out, it might genuinely have been that I think I just lose stuff without realizing it, because I leave them in places. Like, this also gets mistaken for me also being unorganized and stuff, because here's the thing. My mother has this complaint about me and my siblings. This is something that we all do, and I feel really bad about it. That, for example, let's say that I took my socks off in the... Where do you want to say? Where is a good place? Where's a decent place where people take their socks off? The couch. Let's say that I take my socks off in the couch, and then I proceed to do another task. I need to wash my face, right? I completely forget about the fact that I put my socks in the couch, and go wash my face, and then return to my room. And it turns out that the socks spend several hours in the couch because I completely forgot about them. And my mother thinks that is just laziness, and it's no, Mom. I genuinely forgot about their existence. The moment I removed them from my feet, I forget about them. Why are you doing that, question mark, Lib? What do you want me to say? I took my socks off in the middle of the kitchen? No, I feel like that's nasty. You know? I feel like that's nasty. Although then again, I do walk around without shoes most of the time. Most of the time in my life it was that was earlier, girl. Oh. Oh. Apologies. Listen. I'm having the time. Do you know I haven't speaking. So the word is spoken. The word is spoken, not speaken. I've been having such a hard time with English. I've been having such a hard time with English, you guys. You guys have no idea. A couple days ago, I was recording the audio for the next video that I'm gonna post. And one of the things that I kept doing is saying missing. You know, the word is missing. But for about like 14 minutes straight, I re-recorded that part of the script for so long, and I kept doing missing. Oh, you know, we went missing. We went missing, and it drove me crazy, bitch. It drove me crazy. Like, listen, I know I don't have an accent most of the time, but that is when you realize that in fact I do have an accent. I do have an accent. I do have an accent, and it is a plague. It is a plague, and it comes back to haunt me when I've never expected. Missing, using, we all sing, we all flow, Timmy. Anyway. All right. Before we continue chatting, though, we've been doing like the usual pre-chat stuff for a little bit. So let's get into what we're going to be doing. Renan, speak. Renan, use your words, damn it. Ah! Anyway. I believe in you, Renan. Fuck off, Noah. Bitch. Oh, bitch. All right. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. So, what are we going to be doing today, chat? What are we going to be doing today, folks? Well, drink water, take a bed, and think happy talk. You know what? Hold on. I need a moment. I need to find myself. I need to find my center of gravity again, because I am so off balance. My chakras are not aligned today. You know what I need? Necesito la manopla de cuarzo. I need a quartz gauntlet. Hold on. I really need this. I really need this right about now. This is what I need right now. This is what I need. This is what I need. Hold on. Let me just drink some water. Spanish memes, dude. Spanish memes. Damn, with the crystal. Holy shit, that's terrifying. Listen, it may be terrifying, but you know what? This is what happens when the crystal, just like Nova says, this is what happens when the crystal girlies had enough, you know? When, you know, just having crystals around you is no more, and just praying for you is no more. They just need to beat the shit out of you. But yeah, this is about what I need. Anyway, what am I doing today? What's up? What's the tea, sis? What's the tea? Well, the tea today, sis, is that today we're going to be working on more of the Poison Gymleader. But today, we're going to be doing more specifically aura poses, because I'm almost about done with this with this page per se, with this like sketching page. Like I feel there is not much more I probably need to make much more profound, maybe a couple more expressions here and there. But what I want to do is more of an aura farming pose, because I feel like all gym leaders have that pose that they sort of strike whenever they go into battle, right? So I'm feeling like working on that today. I'm feeling like I want to do something that feels cool, you know, because I feel like I'm being going more so on the comedic part of it, or just like either comedic part or just references. So I want to do something cool today. That's what I want to do. I want to draw something cool today. So this is what we're going to be doing today. You know, this is what we're going to be doing today. And essentially, what you're about to see for about the next few hours is me struggling to draw. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna watch me struggle to draw for like the next few hours. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this is the content that you guys been craving. I really hope so. Hold on, let me just check a couple things before we get started. French fish girl or poisson? Poisson. Well, no, it's not poisson. Is it poisson? Is that what you pronounce that? Well, anyway, what were we talking about before I went crazy and tried to explain what I was doing today? Girl, I don't French. Do you think I do? Do you think I do? Like, people say that learning French is so much easier, you know? Poisson. Okay. Poisson. 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 You know, people say that learning French is so much easier and whatever, but I genuinely feel like that is a dead-ass lie. Who says that? Well, the people who say that, you know, they say that for Spanish speakers, learning French, Portuguese, and, you know, Romanian language. Romanian? Is that the word? No, it's not Romanian. Like, Roman-based languages, you know? Roman-based languages. They say that it's a lot easier for us to speak Spanish, but I think that's a dead-ass lie. Not gonna lie. I feel like English was much easier than any other language that I ever tried to learn in my life. To be fair, though, I can understand a percentage of Portuguese, but that's just because they sort of have the same language structure, you know? They have the same language structure. Also, by the way, I found out that Shiny Viper is sort of like the right color scheme for this. So we're gonna be using Shiny Viper today. Look at Shiny Viper. Isn't it kind of like? Wow? Why am I so big on the screen recently? Hello? What happened? Have I just been getting bigger? Have I been getting fatter and people didn't tell me? Have I slowly been growing, like looming on your screen? Oh lordy. Learning the words, yes. Grandmas? Fuck no. I feel like that's just in general. I'm actually not that good at like English grammar either. Like, I get a bunch of compliments for knowing how to speak English, but I could never in my life actually teach somebody how to speak English. Like, that is not something I could do. And I've been asked multiple times in my life to teach people to speak English, and I just tell them I can't. I can't, because I didn't learn English the traditional way. I didn't learn grammar. You know how I learned English? I learned English by playing fucking Smite. I was playing Smite, and the only reason why I learned English is because I wanted to know what people were insulting me with. Like, genuinely, that's the only way that I learned English. Oh, hi, Cupid. How's it going? I haven't seen you in such a long time. I hope you're having a good day, sweetheart. Wow, a lot of people are coming out today. Do you guys miss me that much? Do you guys miss me that much? I hope you did, because I did miss you. I learned English just to fight back the Xbox 360 lobbies. Oh, what were you playing in the Xbox 360? Because I was also an Xbox 360 girly. And not because of a choice on mine, by the way. I grew up in like an Xbox milk. I grew up in Xbox milk. Because my brother is exactly the type of person who tricked me into saying that the Xbox is much better. And I'm gonna be so real. No, it wasn't. Not for me, at least. Not for me. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. There was nothing in the Xbox series for such a long time. And the only time it got better is when Sony actually decided to stop making PlayStation exclusives. You know? How does one draw a noodle? Because what I want to draw is like Sir sitting a little bit instead Viper. So I guess. Okay. Let me see here. Honestly, Viper should be one of the easiest Pokemon to draw, but I don't know. Just like there's something about drawing noodles that just doesn't quite work. Noodles are weird. Snakes are weird. Halo 3 and Minecraft and the weirdest indie and 360 indie games. Oh, you know what? The only 360 game that I actually played was Cameo. It was the name was called Cameo and the Elements of Power, which is like the gayest game, by the way. Like, isn't it funny that the only game that I ever played in the 360 era was like the gayest game that you can find? It was a game. It was a game in which you played as a fairy, and you were like you weren't just like any fairy. You weren't just like a pretty fairy that make flowers bloom or whatever. No, you were an adventurous fairy. You were. The name of the fairy was Cameo, and she was a bad girl. She was a bad bitch. She went around and beat people into submission, into the ground, indeed. And she was much more of a warrior, adventurer. Like, she was a lot like Link, right? She was a lot like Link. And the main gimmick of the game is that you used to turn into monsters. Like, she had the capability to turn into different monsters and different elementals. She was Lara Crofty. Yes, absolutely. She was very much like Lara Croft. She was absolutely like Lara Croft. And that is actually the perfect example. She actually kind of looks like Lara Croft, too. Oh my god, a baddie. Yes, she was a baddie. She was a baddie. Wait, hold on. I need to... Cameo. I need to show you guys her. She's genuinely kind of like one of the coolest characters that I ever met. Like, look at her! Look at her! With all her tattoos, the Egyptian jewelry for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know why the fuck she had Egyptian jewelry when she was based in like elven creatures and European mythology, but she had it. She had it for some reason. And the braid, and she had short hair too. And one of my favorite things that you could do on her is that you could actually like fly around with like, it was like the most ineffective move of transportation, by the way. Can I tell you this? Like, there were much faster ways of moving around in the overworld map, but I did it in the gayest way possible because she's a fairy, she could actually fly, and so every time I had to get anywhere, instead of doing it the fast way, I would just like fly and flutter my way over there. Oh my god! Honestly, this doesn't look so bad for it being like more than It's probably been like more than 20 years at this point. My gosh. Listen, she let me know I was MB since age 6, since age 7. Oh, I feel you. I feel you so bad. It's been 19 years. My bones! My bones! Oh, my bones are turning into dust. I am actively turning into dust as we speak. Jesus Christ. Why? Why is it that life moves so fast when I don't want it to move that fast? How do I want to do this exactly? Maybe I should just draw noodles. Just get used to the feel of noodle. I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to draw Gymleader. I mean, to be fair, I've gone to the gym before. You know, I've gone to the gym before. Thing is though, is that I don't like going to the gym because I feel like I just don't get anything done anyway. Like, I feel like I waste time at the gym. You know what I mean? How do I put this in a way that makes sense? I just don't like going. You're going to the gym for nefarious reasons? No! No! Listen, I promise I'm not going for cruising. I'm not going to cruise. Listen, I just want to go to have a fatter ass. That's what I want. I want to have a fatter ass, but like, the gym is just too hard, you know? How many curves does the Viper have? It has 2 mounts. I mean, does it actually have to have 2 mounts? Probably not. I kind of have fun at the gym because I'm playing because I'm playing with this exercise and equipment that I normally don't get told not to touch. So you're the child in like a supermarket, just letting your inner child out because you were told not to touch that stuff when you were young. I get you. I guess that's a way to put it in. At least for me, one of the main things that I have that I do not enjoy about going to the gym is that I don't get enough stimulus, you know? I don't get enough stimulus. Like, I feel so bored when I go to the gym, me personally. I just feel really bored. Like, despite the fact that I'm going to a place in which I need to do stuff, I feel like I have nothing to do. Because if it's just walking, I can walk in the street. I don't know why I'm paying a membership if I'm just gonna be walking. And that's the thing. That's the thing that they tell you to do. I feel like if you're going to the gym, like, okay, this is my thing, and I don't know if anybody out there who is actually like a prominent gym goer, like, actually feels this or not. So, I feel like if you're going to the gym to lose weight, I don't think it's a good idea. Because mostly what you need to do to lose weight is literally just walk. Just do any type of aerobic exercise, and for the most part, they're gonna tell you to just walk. To use the walker, to use the la caminadora, no sé cómo chingado se llama en inglés. But that, you know, they make you use the conveyor belt. That's the best way to describe it. The treadmill. Thank you. They make you use the treadmill. And that's basically the only thing that you can do for like the first few pounds. And it gets really boring. And particularly me, who I'm actually on like the heavy set side of things. I cannot really do like high intensity aerobic exercises, you know? I cannot be pole dancing because I'm probably gonna pull something. So, just going on the treadmill tends to be kind of boring. And so, in my personal opinion, if all you want is to lose weight, you shouldn't be going to the gym. But if you're going to do more than just lose weight, if what you want to do is, you know, sculpt I feel like that's the better way to put it. If you're trying to like sculpt your body, I feel like going to the gym is actually worth it. But so long as you are not trying to do that, it just doesn't feel that worth it to me personally. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, to be honest. I might just be complaining. I might just be whinging. Just whinging babes. Just whinging babes. Vibes. So, mostly the tone, it depends. Yeah, exactly. Mostly the tone. And honestly, what I want to do is, when it comes to going to the gym, I think I would mostly just go to work on my lower half to like grow an ass finally for my life. Because, you know, I have a lot of flesh in my ass that is just kind of just sitting there, not really doing anything of use or importance, I suppose. And so I just want to have a bigger ass, you know? I want my ass to be bigger. But I can't do any of that because I gotta lose the weight first. Yeah, you know? I cannot actually do any strength exercises until I lose my weight. Because otherwise, well, first of all, my doctor said that if I do strength training the way that I am right now, what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna bulk up. But I'm not gonna bulk up in a way that I wanted to. I'm gonna become a man, Brittany. So I need to lose a lot of the the fats in my body first before I can like tone and slim properly, you know? It's always gonna be crazy to me that you need a membership, at least in Puerto Rico. I always have people just walk in and like no check of anything of memberships. Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of people pay like a yearly membership. Like a lot of people pay yearly, and that is, and that tends to be why a lot of people just walk in, is because they pay yearly. They don't actually, you know. Oh, and also too, they have it charged to their debit card, to their credit card. Sorry, they have it charged to their credit card, so they don't even have to actually pay anything at like the front desk or anything like that, because it just goes straight to their debit card. So it doesn't really matter in the long term. Hey, Zurich, how you doing, sweetheart? How's it going? Have not seen you in forever, darling. What you been up to? So, chat, how do we feel about this noodle? Is it noodly? Is the noodle noodling? Is the noodle noodling? What if I went into a random gym and say, yeah, I'm a member? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Most places, most gyms nowadays, they have you scan a card that they give you, or they have you enter a number in a pin pad. So, yes, you can walk in, but you have to put your number in first, you know? So it doesn't quite work like that. I'm sure before electronics was really prevalent, I'm sure that you could just walk in and no problem. People will probably not catch you. But nowadays you do kind of have to enter a code. I mean, I like this noodle, but this is not quite the aura farming pose that I was imagining. Because what I wanted is for her to like sit in the noodle. That is what I wanted. I wanted her to sit in the noodle. Let's just put a couple balls right here. Couple balls just for visualization purposes. So I wanted her to sit in the noodle sort of like this, but I feel like that is not quite gonna give the aura that I wanted it to. Unless I shorten the noodle. I could shorten the noodle a little. Nah, that looks like poop now. That quite literally looks like poop. Okay, let's think about another pose. What I want most for anything though is her interacting with her Pokemon. That's what I want. What is the noodle? The noodle is as a viper. That's a noodle. We have a noodle right there. Don't you see the noodle? Don't you see the good boy noodle right here? A streamer asking chat about their noodle. I know, right? I mean, to be honest, I feel like that is more common than you would actually think. So I wouldn't like to think about that. No shade to any creators who actually show their noodle, because you know what? I am watching that noodle and I am enjoying the noodle, but I don't think I would ever speak about my noodle. I'm just saying. Thank you so much for the lurk, Nova. I hope you enjoy lurking and doing the stuff that you need to do. Slightly stressful vacation over now. Back to the comforts of the home. So basically, you're back in the military, right? You're back in service now. You're back in the barracks. Then, why would your vacation be more stressful than being there? Like, serious question. I guess what I can do. You know what? Let's just sketch her out first. I feel like it will get better once I actually sketch her out. And then when I sketch her out, everything will come back into play. I think. Probably. Maybe. Lurking just working in some 3D stuff as you work too. It's motivating. Is it motivating to watch me struggle, draw something for like 30 minutes straight while you guys are actually making progress in the stuff that you're working on? I love that. If that isn't the story of my life, by the way, that happens to me more times than I want to count. Like I get in a work call with like a friend or something, and they are done with the stuff that they want to work on, and I am sitting here still working on the same thing that I've been working on for like the past hour. That is just my story. That's my life. That's what I do. I do know that she has a very short torso. Like, her torso is short. That's kind of the point. Let's follow the spine curvature. And then we do this. Because she's kind of supposed to be sitting. She's supposed to be sitting. Do I want her to lean back, though? I think I do want her to lean back a little. To have a more... a more relaxed posture. No! God damn it. I hate it when that happens. There you go. Because I was visiting grandparents, so no computer, just phone. That's honestly, that wouldn't be too much of a big deal for me personally. I learned to live with my phone. I learned to actually like entertain myself with my phone as of late, so I don't think I would be as destroyed if I ever needed to just be on a phone for a while. With people I barely know every other day, and 2-day trips. Well, interesting. We're long legs of walking. I mean, did you have fun at least? Were you able to let some tension out from your job? Because I say that it was worth it if you were able to let some tension out, even if you basically were around strangers all the time. Oh, this is about to get fun. Because you know what we get to do, Chad? We get to draw foot. Oh. I lied. That is not interesting, and it's actually... You know, I hate the impact that my brain has. The impact that the internet has on my brain and my perception of feet. I ain't gonna lie, I hate the impact that it has had on it. Because now I cannot draw feet without feeling like a pervert. Now I feel like I cannot look at feet anymore without feeling like a pervert, because I get an inherent asco about it. I the more that I look at feet, the more asco I get, just because of the like inherent sexual connotation that a lot of people have about feet, and I just can't. I can't be bothered, you know. I can't be bothered to look at feet to learn how it works. Because I found a feet tutorial not too long ago on Twitter, and I just couldn't watch it. I just could not watch it for the life of me, because I felt so much secondhand embarrassment of just looking at feet. And I feel like this is the impact of the internet and what it has done to my psyche, you know? And I do not like it. I don't like it, I don't love it, I don't live for it. So I think genuinely one of these days I'm just gonna sit down and just draw feet for the sake of artistic purposes. Technically, I did get to relax more than if I had been working, but barely. I mean, step by step now. Have you ever thought about taking a vacation that's just for yourself? Like, I feel like people have such, like, bad... Like, such bad perception about just being by yourself in a place. Like, just going to the movies by yourself, or being at a restaurant by yourself. You know? So, I feel like maybe you should try to have a vacation that's just for you. Just a vacation for you and for what you want to do. Not a vacation for everybody else. I want to take a trip in the fall and rent a cabin in the woods. Ooh, do you want to be the witch of the woods, girl? Do you want to be the witch of the woods, girl? Girl, you gotta take your witch hat. You gotta take your witch hat, Liv. Liv, take your witch hat and terrify kids in Halloween. That is your calling. What's your ideal vacay? You know what? My ideal vacay is very I think it's what a lot of people would consider a little bit dystopian. In the sense of, like, I don't really have fun looking at nature as much. Like, I do like being in nature, by the way, don't get me wrong. I do like being in nature sometimes, and I do like going to parks and looking at pretty natural things, right? But at least for me, one of the things I love doing the most in my life is to just walk around and to basically just look at buildings, streets, look at stores, go inside them without purchasing anything. I really like to do that. And so, ideally, if I ever were to go on a vacation, it would be for me to go to another city and see what it is like, you know? Like, let's say I go to Japan and I just walk around to see the different shops and places that you can buy stuff, and you know, go to like one of those temples in which I can literally just walk around and get lost for hours on end just looking at the architecture, you know? that's just fun for me personally. So and just to give you another example, a couple years ago, my family and I went to the beach because of my mother's birthday, and I just didn't have that much fun because we didn't really go anywhere other than the beach. We didn't go to the mall to see what was there. We didn't really go to like local restaurants or places of importance. We just went to the beach, and I just was really bored because one, I don't go into the beach. Me personally, I don't go into the beach. I don't know how to swim. So that was a bust from the beginning, and in general, it's just I am not a big fan or proponent of it. It's hot, it's humid, and I don't know how to swim. So basically, I had no business going to the beach. I just went because of my mom. So yeah, I feel like my idea of vacation is going to the mall. Going to like the mall in Japan and sightseeing in Japan, basically. I guess that's the best to describe it. Just I wanna sightsee Japan and purchase a lot of clothes. That's what I wanna do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I feel like people think of me of like such a boring person whenever I say stuff like this, because, well, first of all, the content that I consume a lot in like YouTube and stuff like that is just people doing things, you know? I like to see people do things. So I guess I just want to do things. I like to see people doing things, and so I just want to do things too. You know what I mean? The goal of the vacation was to get all the children or grandkids in one room and discuss their inheritance for when they do eventually pass. They're hitting 80 and they wanted to plan sooner rather than later. Oh. Well, did you get a piece of the pie at least? What was it at least worth it? Because like, at least I would have hoped that you got something, right? 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 Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. I hear that so often, that people often just fight for inheritance and stuff like that. And I am sitting here being like, I don't know that I would do that. Like, I barely think about money anyway, and that's probably the reason why I am so poor. But I barely ever think about it as a means of leaving a mark in the world, you know? I don't know. I guess the way that I would describe it is I prefer to have my legacy be something different. You know what I mean? I would much prefer my legacy has to do with people thinking I'm funny, people thinking I'm entertaining, remembering the stuff that I used to do for them to have fun, you know what I mean? Because like money is fleeting, and money is not forever, you know? Memories are neither. Memories are also not forever because people tend to forget. People forget all the time. I forget all the time. But if I were to choose something, is if I were to die tomorrow, I would hope that you guys would remember me at least. That is what I want. I want somebody to remember me. You know? Okay, let's draw the actual noodle. Let's actually draw the noodle now, because I feel like, you know, this pose is all good at dandy, but I need a noodle. I need a noodle. A canoodle. I'm just gonna be getting ideas, by the way. If you guys have any ideas for like an aura farming pose that you think she can have, please do let me know. Do let me know. Because I am struggling a little bit. But if you have any ideas for posing, let me know. Okay, noodle goes down. And then noodle goes up. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, actually. The Viper has such like a coiled body. I guess it would work better like this. Or maybe it would be better if the other mount was over here. Because the Viper has 2 mounts. The Viper has like chiropractic issues. And then and then noodle goes up. The face should be like more or less here, I suppose, of the Viper. But the rest of the noodle should fall down here-ish. I need to ask my friend who's like really good at drawing noodles to tell me how to draw a noodle. And when I say she's really good at drawing noodles, I mean because she knows how to draw dragons. She's really good at drawing dragons. So due to ADHD, I can make no promises related on memory. I mean, I may forget that people have died with ADHD. Well, no, here's the thing. When I relating to stuff like death and stuff like that, when it comes to ADHD, at least me personally, I don't forget that the people died, that the person died. I forget them at all. I just forget that about their existence, you know? And that's a little sad, to be honest. It shouldn't be like that, but I feel that is just how the brain works sometimes, you know? Does this make sense? I feel like it doesn't look like the Viper at all. I feel like the mount here works. It works, but like... Hold on, maybe the Viper's face should be here. Just looking, looming. I forget while they're still alive, let alone when they're dead. I feel ya. Like, not gonna lie, I really do feel ya. So don't worry too much about it. If you guys do forget me, at least you know what? Put a post-it note. Put a post-it note. Put a post-it note in your PC. Remember that Brennan has died. You know. I don't want to make you guys feel bad, but at the same time, you gotta. I gotta make sure you remember me somehow. You know. I gotta make sure. But yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? I feel like a selfie at a 7 wide angle with the team below will be aura farming. 7 wide angle. 0.7 wide angle. Can you like send me an example, Liv? Can you like post an example on Discord? Yes, please. Yes, please put an example because my brain cannot understand. Speaking of pictures, you guys know something? Apparently, people have starting to do. I never did this in my school, by the way. This is not a thing that we did in Mexico, but I know that places in the United States do this, which is, you know, decade day. You guys know about that? Decade day, where the kids dress up as different decades. Apparently, the 2000s also counts about that now. The 2000s are part of Decade Day. The 2000s are part of decade date now, guys. My childhood is literally... People are cosplaying as my childhood now. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be so real. It feels so... Oh, God. I feel so old right now. I ain't gonna lie. I feel so old. And also, if I had a child and I had to do Decade Day, you best believe I'm dressing her up in like a Juicy Couture fucking tracksuit. Like if we're gonna do 2000s, like we're gonna do 2000s, we're gonna do it right. I'm gonna bleach your hair. I'm gonna have it like be big fucking stripes of yellow hair among brunette hair, like big, like chunky highlights. You know what? Even better, you're gonna be a scene kid. You're gonna be a scene kid. I'm gonna do chunky highlights, and the chunky highlights are I'm gonna have like lines and leopard patterns. You're gonna be wearing a tutu on top of black jeans, combat boots, and stripy leg warmers and arm warmers too. And you're gonna like it, Brittany. You're gonna like it, Jeremy. Like I don't care what your name is, future child of mine, but we're gonna do it right. We're not gonna do this half-ass thing of you're just wearing like a camisole or something. No, we're gonna do it right. I know that many of you are not gonna have children, and that's okay. I'm not gonna have children too, but like, what is one of the names that you guys have that you would give to a child? You know, like if you ever were to have children, where would you? First of all, would you give them a name? And if you were to give them a name, what kind of name would it be? You know? Oh! Honestly, it's not bad, but I do not know that I have the capability of putting an angle like this. I mean, I could try. I could certainly try, but I'm not sure that I have the, what's it called? The technical skill to pull off this angle. I'll try though. I certainly try. Lord. Girl, something named like a flower or like lavender or whatever. Wait. Hold on. What if we take it like a Lev, what if we take it like a step further? And do like scientific names. Like instead of doing like actual flower names like lavender, paprika, whatever the fuck, I don't know, rose. No. What we're gonna do is scientific names. In the case of like, I don't know, a margarita, a chamomile. Instead of a chamomile flower, her name is Belis perinis. Wait, what is the scientific name of rose? Wait, lavender. What is the name of lavender? Scientific name. Lavandula. Okay, lavandula. Honestly, that's not that bad. That kind of eats, actually. That kind of eats. Oh, girl. That kind of devours. That is actually a good name. Like, she kind of serves like... What if that's the name of a drag queen? What is the name of what if that's the name of a drag queen? Like Lavandula. It also sounds like a good name for a villain. It sounds like a great name for a villain, don't you think? This is the evil witch Lavandula. Oh, that's so cunt. That's so cunt. I live. And what if it was a boy though? Lavangela. Ooh. I kind of live for that name. I kind of live for that. That's so cunt. Boy, I don't know, something boring. Oh. You know what? Argyle? Argyle sounds like a cool name. Argyle? Oh, you know what though? You know what though? I wish certain words didn't have any meaning to things, because certain words can be really cool names if they didn't have a name, if they didn't have a meaning. Like jaundice, for example, for a girl, jaundice will be kind of cunt. It will be so cute. Serif. Ooh, sans serif. Sans serif. Sans serif. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Actually kind of cunty. Edward Williams Claude. I don't know those guys' names. I'm like, you know. And speaking of Edward, by the way, speaking of Edward, Chad, is this a safe space? Chad, is this a safe space? Is this safe? Can we talk about Twilight? Is this a safe space, Chad? Can we talk about Twilight? Can we bring it up now without having mental scarring and PTSD and all of those trauma that happens? Okay, Chad, we need to talk about Twilight. You know, we need to talk about Twilight. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, I've recently been watching. Are you about to out yourself? Might. I might. Okay, hold on. Don't judge me yet. Hold on. So, I've been watching a lot of content about Twilight recently. Like, not watching Twilight, just content about Twilight. People talking about the book and about the fandom and stuff like that, you know? I've been like, you know, uncovering secret knowledge, right? And so, because I've been watching so much content about it recently, now at 26 years old, I have come to realize, you know what? Maybe we did deserve to be bullied. Maybe we actually deserve to be bullied for liking it. Maybe we actually deserve to be bullied for liking it. Like, don't get me wrong. I still believe in whimsy. I still believe in books being whimsical and fantastical and having like their own machinations of how it works, right? About how life works. But Mary, we were worshipping this series. We were worshipping Twilight as it was like the peak of romance. The peak of romance literature, without realizing how fucking weird it actually is. Twilight is such a weird cultist love letter. Like, first of all, do you guys know that the actual author was or is part of a cult? Do you know that? Second of all, the whole vampire thing of them like being several hundred years old, their physical bodies being like anywhere from 19 to 26, and them posing as high school students. Like, maybe a high school student is at best 21. So, for the most part, a lot of them look too old to be in high school. Second of all, most of them are in relationships with each other. But here's the thing. For some reason, they pretend to be part of the same family. For whatever fucking reason. And so, you know, two of them are siblings, but they always kiss in the hallway. You know? They kiss in the hallway. They're like out there touching each other in the middle of class. And everybody's supposed to think that they are siblings? Like, that just makes it weirder. That's just weirder, bitch. And never mind that. The worst part is that, you know, Bella and Edward did have a child. You know, fucking retirement. Renesmee. I think her name is Renesmee, but I like to call her retirement plan, or just, you know, revenge. Something different other than Renesmee, because Renesmee is such a boring, ugly name. But anyway, the worst part is though is that they did have a child, and eventually that child is gonna grow up, and she's gonna have to join the circus of being part of this family that pretends to be teenagers. They could blame a lot of the weirdness of being him. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, bitch. The person who voiced Bella forgot that they had to voice the movie, and they had to be reminded years down the road. Oh Lord, I can imagine how stupid it must be. And also, not to be that girl, right? Not to be that girl. But why are most of them like in their 20s? Oh, hi, Kudonen. How you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. Would have made more sense if they were from Alabama. They really should have been in Alabama, not Washington. You know, I think the worst part about it is that a lot of them are in their 20s, right? A lot of the vampires have been turned at any point in time from their 19s to like their 20s. Like, the oldest one among them is 26 years old, right? Quote unquote. Well, obviously several hundred years old, but for interesting purposes, the oldest one among them is 26 years old. And to me, that always felt weird. Because, like, if you want to pose as a family, wouldn't you, like, want to turn some people, like, in their older years so that they can actually pretend to be your parents? And so that your parents don't look the same fucking age as you? Because your body reaches maturity around 25, and after that it just decays. If they're meant to be immortal, they shouldn't seem older than that. Well, here's the thing, though. Becoming a vampire, at least the way that Twilight describes it, is that when you become a vampire, your body stops aging. Your body is like has stopped getting extract. It no longer works the way that it used to. So, to me, at least, if that's the explanation that we're going for, even if somebody's in their 40s, their body should just be stuck in their 40s, you know? It shouldn't be it shouldn't age any more than what it is, what it's been done, you know? I'm sure it would probably suck to become a vampire at your 40s, because if we're talking about that, becoming a vampire stops the aging process and basically makes you stay in stasis forever. It would suck to become a vampire when you have back pain. It would suck to become a vampire when you have like chronic back pain and, you know, bad eyesight. I guess that's why they choose them younger, but still, I wish they were some like representation for my old folks, you know. Here's the thing, they had conditions. If they had conditions related to their age, they probably wouldn't sure to make you immortal. They would succumb to those conditions. I mean, not really. Because, like, For example, let's put it this way, right? Let's put it this way. Let's get physiological. Not really physiological. Let's get biological. So, cancer can actually live outside of your body. Like, if you provide cancer a steady supply of blood, blood and nutrients and everything, cancer can actually live out of your body. And cancer, for the most part, is effectively immortal. Because cancer has been programmed to not die, to multiply forever. And if you give it the right conditions, it just won't die. The only reason why cancer kills you is because it's a living being competing inside you and competing for the same body and resources. So because of that, it ends up killing you, but you know, cancer dies with the body. You know what I mean? So in technicality, even if an immortal person had cancer, they wouldn't die because of it, because the cancer would just keep living. And so would you. You know? You will not be able to succumb to it because you are immortal now. Same thing with like tuberculosis and stuff like that. It wouldn't be able to kill you. Sure, you will be in pain for, I believe, and you will probably still suffer a lot of the debilitating consequences of having any of those illnesses. But I'm sure that that it wouldn't kill you anymore. You know? You know, assuming that's the way that it works, that at least. I assume the healing would override health problems, not just looking old. No, yeah. I mean, I would assume that healing for the most part would solve some of the health problems, but you know. Speaking of illness, I'm feeling like so I'm gonna hop off and sleep for a bit. No worries, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And take your time. Take your time. Do something fun for yourself. And rest up. Really do rest up. You don't have... If you are feeling bad, you don't have to be here. It's okay. Just rest. I appreciate you coming here and hanging out for however much and however little you did. Thank you. Mwah. Bye, Liv. Rest well and get better soon. Thank you so much for the lurking, Seasonal Sade. I hope you're having a good lurk and hope that you're able to accomplish everything that you need to accomplish today. Okay, let's concentrate again. Sorry, I had a rant. I had a rant about Twilight. I had a rant and now I do not know what I'm doing anymore. Let me try and like refocus. Also, for poses, I keep imagining this girl with a margarita glass and Survivor just dripping some lemon into the glass. I mean, she doesn't drink, but we can do that with like... I mean, she doesn't drink, but would she do drugs is the question. Would she do drugs in the question? Because the only reason why she would ever drink venom, it would probably be, you know, it would probably be because she is looking for some type of like hallucinogenic effect off of it. So, would she do drugs? Is now the questions that we have to ask ourselves. Just into rare candies. Grape juice. I mean, yeah, grape juice would probably be good. She's not gonna drink that. That would be insane, but the aura form. I mean, she is an influencer. Grape juice. I mean, we could do that in this pose. We could do that in this pose. I just need to extend Seviper's neck. But then again, Seviper is a really long Pokemon, so it wouldn't matter if I extend it. So... And then our other one would be here. Well, the cup would need to be here, so her hand would need to be around here-ish. I guess it wouldn't be extended. Thank you so much for the follow, Seasonal Sage. Thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a good day and enjoy your emotes. There's an notable item called a berry juice that's made out of fermented berries at its shell. Ooh. I guess you would drink that. I guess you would drink that. That would be cool. It would also be like, also when it comes to like aura farming poses, right? I need you to also I need you guys to actually keep in mind that she's an influencer. I need you guys to keep in mind that she's an influencer. Like, look at her. So like, we need to keep that in mind when doing like poses and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just doing something cool, you know. Right now, I'm just doing something that feels cool. But I'm not exactly thinking about her profession on this, you know. Then again, maybe this is the hand that goes down. And this one, she's taking a selfie with Survivor. Renan, do you know that a lot of drinks are made with dead snakes inside the jars? What? What? What are you talking about? What do you mean with dead snakes? Like, I do know that there's a certain amount of, like, insects and stuff like that that do happen to make themselves at home instead of, like, fruit juices. Wait, okay, read again. Renan, do you know of drinks that are made with... Oh. No, I didn't know. No, I didn't know, and that's a bit of a cursed visual. Not gonna lie. Some cultures have specific beverages with dead venomous snakes in a psychedelic. So once again, we come back to the to the question of, would she do drugs? You know? And that's the thing, because psychedelics and stuff and drugs and stuff like that, and that would be something that, and I need to ask myself whether or not that would be something that she would do, because she's also young. She's in her early 20s, so like, I guess stuff like vaping and stuff like that would be in the realm of consideration. I don't know. The thing... To be honest, an influencer probably wouldn't promote drinking poison or drugs. True. Well, okay, let me give you a bit of a background of the type of influencer she is, because, you know, it's been a while since we spoke about her concept. Snake. Thank you, Cupid. Yes, we have a snake. Look at him. He's evil, Snake. Evil. He's not really evil. He just pretends to be evil. But still. Let me let you know about the type of influencer that she is, because I feel like it's been a while since we spoke about her concept and what her concept is. So the reason why she's a poison type gym leader and why I chose influencer as a career, it's because she is a drama influencer. But not just any drama influencer. She is the type of influencer who makes call-out posts. The type of influencer who stitches like people talking shit and bullcrap, and she like shuts them down immediately type of shit. You know? Toxic drama. I guess in a way. Like, have you ever seen those like TikToks that certain female influencers do? That essentially what they do is like call out men for their weird and toxic behavior. You know? That's essentially what she does, you know? Her thing is that she has a misguided sense of justice. She thinks that the only way that the world will be better is by speaking out against people who she thinks are wrong, you know? That's essentially who she is as a person and what she does, what her whole career is. Her whole career is basically built on canceling people she thinks are wrong, you know, and exposing people who are quote unquote bad apples, you know. And that's what she does, and that's what she thinks about, and that's her concept per se. Ah, como el Dallas. Sí, pero no, ella no es una mala persona como el Dallas. Ella no es un idiota analfabeta como el Dallas. Unlike Dallas reviews, she's a good person. You know, unlike that, and also she doesn't use AI. That's one thing that you gotta put on her. She doesn't use AI, unlike Dallas. So you know. Sorry, I really don't like Dallas, so the fact that you brought up his name infuriates me. I hate Dallas so much. Me and all my homies hate Dallas. But anyway, that's her concept, and so so far I've been doing like poses that sort of like go into like references of her, of what she looks like in different angles, you know. Her doing her makeup, because makeup is a very big part of her character. Her showing off her nails, because, you know, we love lesbians. No comparen esa reina con ese Lo llevan al hospital psiquiátrico. I mean, yeah, basically. That's how I feel too about it. Okay, hold on, my brain. What am I doing? So yeah, that is when we need to think of aura farming. And I know being an influencer is such a cringe profession, but then again, technically, I guess am I an influencer? Is a content creator the same as being an influencer? Now we gotta think about that conundrum, because now you know, I'm talking shit, but I might have just become what I sought to destroy. Am I an influencer? Do I influence you guys? Oh my god, do I influence you? Do I have power? I don't know, actually. But anyway, that's a TLDR, basically. All influencers are content creators, but not all content creators are influencers. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense, actually. But yeah, anyway, point being, I know that being an influencer is kind of cringe, and they don't really have personalities, nor do they really have, like, entertainment value or quality, you know? I don't need... Wow. Snatch my wig, why don't ya? Snatch my wig? Fucking... Snatch my wig and drag me out into my bald ass into the sun, huh? Cupid. Freaking just like... Drag me into the floor. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Damn. I see how it is. Okay, so hold on. Let me just read this out loud. Just so you guys hear the generational read, you know? Let me read you the generational read. I'm gonna need some aloe vera from that burn. Jesus. So This might sound mean, but there's only 2 of us in YouTube, so I don't think you're an influencer. Wow. No, it's okay. It's okay, Cupid. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine, really. It's fine. I know I'm not an influencer. My account is so small. Well, bad news, it's only me now. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. By the way, I'm gonna tell you something. Well, first of all, there's 3 on you. There's 3 of you on YouTube. It's just the view count is not always accurate. The view count is not always accurate. And sometimes when you're lurking, YouTube doesn't count your view unless you're actively like listening to it. If you muted me for any amount of time and you like tab out, you know, YouTube stops counting. But hey, I understand, honestly. Streams are not really for everyone, you know? Like, despite how much you actually like burn me into a grill, I do understand I'm not an influencer because like I don't have the reach yet. But eventually, yeah, like Kurone said, I'm almost at 1K. Eventually. But hey, you should enjoy it while you got me here. You should enjoy it when you got me here because, you know, if we do get big at some point in time, you know, if you do get big, if I do get big at some point in time, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a lot of people in chat, and I'm not gonna be able to have time for all of you. You know, like I'm gonna miss some of your chats. So like, you know, I'm just saying maybe we should be appreciative of what we got. You know. Because eventually, once I get big enough, maybe I won't be able to see your chats anymore. Britain's gonna get huge and he's gonna forget all of us. As if I remember. You don't know, like, you know, Surik, you may say this, but I remember a lot of people. I really do. I still remember the name of the first person who came into my chat for the first time and actually watched me. Their name is Nyx. And they haven't been here in a while because, you know, life happens and that's okay. But their name is Nyx. They are the first person who watched me back when I was playing or live Now and Forever. Sorry, Now and Forever. Beginnings and Always. And they stuck with me throughout the whole series. You know? They watched me play Chris. The first time that I ever did a karaoke, they were there. The only person in the chat while I was just singing my heart out. And, you know, back in that time, I genuinely had nobody watching me but them. You know what I mean? So, I remember all of you. You know? I may not always remember your name sometimes, but I know who you are. You know? I know who you are. I know how much you've been here. I know what you're doing for my community. And know that it is appreciated. I know I'm gonna be remembered because of the you probably have ADHD moment that you had in your stream. No, wait. I'm gonna remember you for that. And you know how I would always remember Umbra, who's like one of my moderators on Twitch. I would always remember Umbra for being the first person to tell me that I may have autism. That I may have autism because, you know what? One of the things that I do as I walk around in life, just, you know, do things and have fun, live my gay little life. I walk around in my house doing like the T-Rex hands. I do T-Rex hands, and I find it so comfortable to do them. It feels right. It feels comfortable to just hold my hands like that. And so I just walk with my hands in front of them, just like retreated, you know? And it feels fun. It feels nice. It feels okay. So I'm just walking in my hands like that. And when I told that to the chat at the time, they told me, hey, do you know that it's actually a sign of autism? And I would never recover. I would never recover. I will forever be haunted by that. They really went like, you know what? There is other new spicy flavor here. I know, right? They went like, this ADHD has like notes of something else. There's other smells going around here, you know? So like, I will forever be marked by that. I will never forget that, because it was genuinely a formative experience for me, at least. Hold on. Suddenly somebody started saying Katy Perry and I got completely distracted. Speaking of like neurospicy and speaking of ADHD, I was about to talk about something, and then I hear on the TV somebody saying "Roar" by Katy Perry, and my immediate reaction is to sing. My immediate reaction was going to be like, dancing through the fire, cause I don't know what the fuck. Wait, hold on. Now I need to sing it now. Hold on. I need to get this bug out of my brain. 1 second. For lyrics. I need to sing it. I need to sing it now. I need to sing it now because I just have it in my brain now. I cannot get it out of my brain anymore. So give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. I'll get back to you guys in a moment. I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess I forgot I had a choice. That you pushed me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire, cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Sorry. Okay, now it's done. Hi, how's it going, Chad? How's it going? Impromptu karaoke. Yeah, it scratched my breath. It scratched my encore. I don't really know how to sing. I wish I could. I'm not really good at singing. Well, to be fair, I wasn't really trying that much right now, but I just don't think I'm that good at it, you know? You smell way too comfort food because of texture, just for you to be ADHD. You know what it is though? I do not have a comfort food for texture. What I have is just a comfort texture. AKA, I like my meat carbonized. I like my meat to basically be a rock of how toasty it is, you know? I really like the meat that I eat to be so crispy. When you take a bite of it, you might find a diamond inside of it. That's what I like. Oh, hi, Tao. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're having a good day. I haven't seen you in a while. Not since the what's it called? Not since the contest. Is it a contest? It's not a contest. The game show. What do you mean the game show? I like mine about to save me. Oh God. I no. 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 I prefer my meat about to not really have nutrients anymore. That is how I like my meat. God, I genuinely, I cannot believe the people who eat meat so raw. It's basically still, it's still alive. No? I don't know how people do that. It's so disgusting to me. And also, I'm gonna be so real. I am the type of people who I would rather not know where my meal comes from, you know? I'm gonna be so honest and so real with you. I genuinely like to live in ignorance of where the meat comes from, where the meat is come from. I don't like to know where my food came from, you know? I really don't like to know where my food came from. I just want to consume it and not feel bad about what they do to the cows, okay? That is what I want in my life. Yes, it's a good day. It's been a while, but I hope everyone you and everyone else is doing great. I'm having fun, honestly. I'm having fun. Chat is completely reading me out. Chat is just completely and absolutely destroying me right now. I'm being destroyed live on camera, live on stream. Because, you know, I asked if I was an influencer, and pretty much the chat went quiet for like a good like 3 minutes, and then my good friend Cupid over here says, you're not an influencer because like it's only 2 of us here right now. That's fucked up. It's so funny, but it's fucked up. And I love it. Thank you. Honestly, thank you so much, Cupid, for just providing me with like the most hilarious thing I can talk about. You know, when I do become famous, not if, but when I do become famous, I'm gonna talk about this forever. I hope you know this. I hope you know that you have now become a part of a core memory. Lordy. Meat is kinda obvious. Gelatin is where it gets real fucked up. Oh, I know. It comes from pork, and I'm not an enjoyer. I'm not an enjoyer. Is this how we got to the meat talk? No. This is not how we got to the meat talk. Okay, let me introduce you to the written experience. The written experience is I will ping pong so far in between different topics because I have ADHD and that's just what I do. You know? That's just what I live for. I just talk about different shit because I forget what I'm talking about and then I just move on to the next topic. You know? My ADHD is deep and protruding. Just like my I'm sorry. That's disgusting, Renan. Why would you say that? Why would you say that, Renan? That is so disgusting. That's so disgusting. Hold on. I lost the plot with the shape of this. I lost the plot with the shape of it, with the shape of this. Hold on. This is supposed to be a lot pointier than it is right now. Okay, there we go. There we go, beach. There we go, beach. Right back. No worries, Koronin. Take your time. You better not be watching other streamers, though, because I'm gonna get sad. I'm kidding. I'm role-playing the parasocial relationship, despite the fact that You know what's funny? I feel like a parasocial relationship goes both ways. You know? Parasocial relationship goes both ways. Because, like, I feel like us streamers also develop a parasocial relationship with you guys. Not because, you know, not because I want you to be here all the time. I feel like it's really unrealistic to expect for you guys to be here all the time. But you know what I do feel like? I feel like I know you guys. I do feel like I know you. I do feel like I know what you are about, you know? And so that is probably not a healthy thing to do. You know? It's not a healthy thing to do. But you also, guys, you also do tell me about the stuff that you do on a daily basis. So, like, to be fair, Can you blame me for thinking that I know you when you tell me about what you guys do? Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. On the ultimate multitasker. Oof, if only I could actually do that. If only I could actually do that, girl. If only I could actually be a multitasker. Do you know the powers I would have if I were a multitasker? Like, genuinely. You do not know. You do not know what I'm about, girly. You do not know what I'm about. Because I cannot multitask for shit. Hold on, let me make sure this is actually the right shape. You will be unstoppable. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, really. Is this the right shape? Okay, kind of. It's just, it needs to be longer. It needs to be longer and rounder. Okay, there we go. I think that's the right shape. That feels like the right shape. Is it the right shape? Hold on. Hold the phone. I don't always do the same like, you know, when it comes to character design and the things that I do for character design is I like for my characters to all have a particular eye shape to them. And because I do that, I often end up with the problem that if the eyes are not exactly the way that I drew them originally, it doesn't feel accurate anymore. You know what I mean? God damn it. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just... Hey Turbo, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. But we could be lying to you. To be fair, you always lie to me. You always lie to me, but it's okay, because you know what? We have the power of friendship. I'm just gonna do something real quick. So what I'm gonna do is the following. I'm just gonna trace over this eye shape and try again. First of all, we're gonna line up everything. This is my own artwork, okay? I can trace over my own art because this is my art. And I am struggling to draw the same eye shape and it's driving me nuts. It's genuinely driving me nuts. But yeah, this is what I hate about doing like very specific eye shapes for my characters, is because they are so specific that if I don't do them right, it doesn't look right. You know? If I don't do them right, it just doesn't look right, and it just doesn't work anymore. And especially because I am the type of artist who can never draw the same thing twice. I always have to look back and grab different references and stuff like that. Because I cannot even draw my own OCs from memory. I struggle with drawing my own OCs from memory. These bastards dragged me down to bronze in my placements with rivals, and coming back out to gold again and celebrating. Hey! Congratulations of getting out of gold. I hope it wasn't too torturous. I haven't played Marble Rivals in such a long time. I really should. But I just really haven't been feeling like those types of games, you know? My gosh, I cannot. My nose is killing me. I haven't been feeling those types of games as of late. They just feel. I feel like I just have better things to do other than just yelling to a mic for a couple of hours, you know? I already do that here on stream. I don't feel like I need an excuse to do it on the internet as a whole. Hold on, let me just concentrate. The eye needs to be longer. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now we have the actual eye shape. Thank God. I only had to trace over it instead of, you know, actually being able to draw it from scratch. You know, I don't usually recommend you do this. Like, slave and actually think too much about the way that something should be drawn, because that only generates perfectionism. And you know what happens when you're a perfectionist? You never get anything done. As you can see by the fact that I haven't really been doing much of anything other than one pose and an eye. But, you know, you should try to not be a perfectionist. But at least for this in particular, because it is a reference, this is gonna serve as a reference thing for me. I do need it to be pretty good. And also primarily because I'm going to... This is also a reference for the makeup. Is this too long? This might not be round enough, actually. But as you can see, with other drawings that I did of her, I didn't quite bother too much about the eye shape. I just make sure that the eyelashes were, like, sort of similar. Because the eyelashes are, like, the show-stopping part. But for this, because it's supposed to be a reference for the makeup, I need it to be actually kind of good. My problem with Rivals is that it's a little... I only like to play like 1 to 2 characters and no others. Same, honestly. When I was playing Marvel Rivals more actively, I will mostly just play support. And although playing support is fun in Marvel Rivals, unlike in Overwatch, it does get old, you know? It does get old. And when you want to switch to DPS, as DPS are so... Most of them are so not my thing, that I just don't end up having fun when I play DPS. I have more fun when I play a support. So, what ends up happening is that I just don't care for... I just don't care for it, you know? I don't care to continue playing the game anymore. And actually, you know something that I am so thankful of. I am so thankful of for Riot introducing Vanguard into League of Legends, because that's the one thing that actually got me to quit League of Legends. That's the one thing that actually got me to quit Riot Games as a whole. And I am forever thankful that they did that. Because, mama, I am not about to install malware into my PC. And yes, a lot of people are saying, like, that's misinformation, that's whatever. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. They have... I feel like an anti-cheat shouldn't have that much permissions in your computer, you know? It shouldn't have the ability to completely... to force you to completely reset your PC, you know? Because what's to stop? What is to stop Riot, the multi-million company, and Tencent for that matter? What is to stop them for using that technology to actually break actual PCs? You know what I mean? So, I'm so glad I don't play League of Legends anymore. I've healed. And then fell into a different type of rabbit hole, which is gacha games. Gacha games are a whole different thing. Can you guys guess what characters I played in League of Legends? If you ever played League of Legends, by the way. If you have never played League of Legends, save yourself. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Do not do it, please, I beg of you. But if you have played or you know anything about League of Legends, what do you think are the characters that I play the most? I think I've been kind of vocal about it, but, you know, maybe you weren't there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop stream after I finish with like the makeup portion of this. Because I have a lot of things to do. I do have a lot of things to do. I have to I do have to finish that the video, and so I would like to get back to it after stream. Because I need to I've been like editing the audio off of it. And I'm actually done with the first segment of the audio. I did the Chantal segment, so I just really want to get it done. I really do. Okay. I returned League of Legends in my last years of college. Oh, thank God. Wait, hold on. How long ago did you went to college? Because, like, depending on your answer, I may or may not shame you. Depending on your answer, I may or may not be critical of what you consider of what you consider being sane and safe from League of Legends. Okay, hold on. 3 years ago, I haven't touched it ever again. Oh. You know, I wish it didn't take me 3 years. I wish it didn't take me 3 years to actually get out of it. You know? I really wish it didn't take me that long. But hey, I congratulate you for your bravery. I congratulate you for actually getting out of an abusive relationship. Hopefully, I'll be able to quit my gacha game addiction soon enough. Soon enough, at least. Is this correct? This does not feel correct. Something went wrong here. I think it's just how much this extends outwards. I think it's more like this. Yeah. And it's more outwards, not downwards. What am I doing? There you go. There you go. Now that actually looks like the thing that I drew. Now this actually looks like the thing that I drew. Thank God. But yeah, I'm very happy for you that you managed to quit League of Legends. Well, how long did you stay playing League of Legends before you quit it, actually? Because for me, I started playing League of Legends when Jinx came out. I played League of Legends for such a long time. How long did it take you? I mean, I basically stopped playing last year, basically. So, when did Jinx start? When was Jinx out? Jinx release date 2013. So, how long ago was 2013? 12 years ago. It took me 12 years to quit League, apparently. God, that is so depressing. That's so depressing. It took me 13 years to quit League of Legends. God, I want to kill myself. That's not. Man. That is so not good. I wish I could have quit. I wish I could have quit like much farther. But you know what? The point is I quit. The point is I got better. I got better. But yeah, I played League of Legends for 13 years. And the worst part is I've actually really enjoyed myself while I was playing League of Legends. Like, I cannot say that I did not have fun. That's the thing. And, you know, a lot of people say that you don't play League of Legends for fun. And I mean, I kind of agree. You play League of Legends for the pain. You play League of Legends because it feels good to feel bad. You know? And I don't know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time. But nowadays, I also feel like I just can't dedicate that much time to League of Legends anymore, you know? That's also the thing that kinda just like moved me away from League, I guess. I just don't have the time to dedicate to it anymore, you know? League of Legends matches take so long to actually get done. I played only a few months when Jerry first introduced me. I didn't think I'd enjoy it so much, then I quit. And then my online friends needed 5 people, so I played again. Again in like 3 years of 5 college. Damn. So you got peer pressure into coming back into League. Man, that sucks. I'm so sorry for you. Ooh, that sucks. I hope you got better friends other than those who bring you back to your into old addictions. I'm kidding. I was only an RM playing mostly, unfortunately. I mean, I feel like anything that's not the main League of Legends game is a valid way to enjoy the game, personally. I used to really love Arena. Arena really was my favorite mode in the whole of League of Legends. But then they changed it too much from the first iteration. They changed it a little bit too much, and I didn't enjoy the newest iteration of it anymore. And so I didn't play it as much as my last years of playing League of Legends. What else did I used to play? I did have a Valorant phase for a while. I was a Valorant player for a while. You know, I think I played Valorant for like 6 months when it was all the craze and every VTuber in their goddamn mind was playing it. So I did play that for a while. I didn't enjoy it much though. I am not a very skilled gamer. I feel like people in my stream will vouch that I am not that good at gaming. I suck at Pokemon, and Pokemon is one of like the easiest games to play. So that should let you know how much I suck at playing video games. But because I'm not that good at playing video games, playing games that have a lot of skill to execute are just not for me. They're just not for me. And Valorant was one of those. Okay, we did. There we go. There's now Hour and Mayhem, which is fast and fun. Oh. Are you trying to bring me back to League of Legends, you? You know what? The only way that I would get back into League is if Juju invites me to play. I'm putting that responsibility on Juju. If I ever get back into League, it's because Juju invited me to play. I play the gambling brainy part of the League of Legends client. So you basically play the most addicted part of League of Legends, that's what you're saying. If I graduate as a VTuber, I'll stream League with you. Hell no, I would never stream League. I'm gonna be so real, I would never stream League in my life. I'm a different person when I play League. I am not a good person. I genuinely become I become such a heinous person when I play League. I'm competitive. I do not like to lose, and I become the worst. You generally don't want to play League of Legends with me. Like Marvel Rivals, I feel like I was able to hold back because it was for fun and all that. But with League of Legends, I am spoiled. I am rotten. I am rotten to the core. And not gonna lie, I have no idea how to mute on my way out when I do the grad notice. Not that it will happen. You know what you should do? You know what you should do? I think that you should frame it as a really big announcement of maybe like a partnership, like maybe you're getting your own Compla, but in reality, you're getting melted. You know? Yeah, but in reality, that you're just leaving and you're like, bye, bitch. No, but seriously, I wouldn't know how to do that either because I have no plans of quitting, of ever quitting being a content creator. I don't know how I would like say goodbye to people, you know? You know what? What I personally want is that if I ever graduated, if I stop making content, you know, if I stop making content, it's because I'm dead. If I stop streaming, if suddenly I graduate, it's because I've died. That's how much I enjoy doing this shit, you know? The only way that you're ever gonna make me stop doing this is if I have perished. So, if you ever see me disappear for multiple times in a row without me saying anything, more than likely I probably died. And this is not to induce panic to people, but genuinely. Okay, go back to my paper. Good luck on your paper, Juju. Oh, lordy lord. This has to be longer. There you go. There you go. Hey Tao, at least you weren't here for the more profound conversation that we were having earlier, which was talking about Twilight. At least you weren't here for that. So I feel like that's a good thing. So you should probably appreciate what you have, which is you don't have to hear the Twilight conversation. You don't have to be a part of that, you know? Is this long enough or is this too long? Actually, I feel like that's too long now. Never watched Twilight. And the thing about Twilight is that it's good so long as you don't think. What I mean? It's good so long as you engage with it without thinking too hard about how things actually work. You know? That is my personal opinion. If you're ever gonna get Twilight, just know that you're about to watch some tomfoolery and that you should never expect things to make sense. If you go at it with the lowest expectations possible, there's a chance that you might actually enjoy it. You know? Back, what did I miss? We were just talking about graduating. You know? We were talking about graduating and how we would do it if I ever were to stop a VTuber. If for some reason I were to graduate. And I was saying that I don't know. I don't know how I would graduate because I feel like I would die first. I feel like I would die first before graduating. That's the thing. That's how impossible it seems to me. You know what? Let me put this in code words, right? Let me put this in code words so that it makes sense to the people who it needs to make sense to. If I ever graduate, the only reason why I would ever graduate would be because I got hit by the isekai bus and I got reincarnated in another planet. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. I feel like that is the safest way that I can say that. If I ever stop streaming and ever graduate, is because I went to an isekai world. I got hit by a bus and went to an isekai world. I hope that makes sense to the people who it needs to make sense to. You know? My life in another world as a ditto in a post-apocalyptic region. Oh. Which word would that be? It's VTuber code, so you know. But if I were to be isekai, you know where I would wanna be? Like genuinely, if I were to be isekai, I would love to be in the world of Avatar. Like, in the world of Avatar, like, in the Korra era, you know, Legends of Korra era, I would love to be in Avatar in that world, in that time. Like, I would love to have power. Quick question, chat, quick question. Do you see me as an earthbender, a waterbender, an airbender, or a firebender? And if you say firebender, I'm going to fucking kill you. No bender. Do you think I am that common? That is so disrespectful. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You think I wouldn't be a bender? Man. How am I supposed to recover from that? Listen, I've always wanted to be an earthbender, but I don't think I would be one. Okay, Chad. Earth, because rabbits dig holes and you can make those with earth. Oh, that's so cool. That's so true. Clay dolls! Wait. Wait, Chad. What if I am an earthbender because I am a doll, a clay doll that came to life, and therefore I have to bend my own body to be able to move, kind of like a marionette? I live. Oh, that would be so cool. Remember to say your word. Thank you, Dave. But yeah, honestly, Chad, I didn't get that most of the aura posing and all that because generally I don't want to figure that out right now. A clay doll that came to life out of pure spiritual energy. Oh, that. But yeah, honestly, Chad, we did the aura pose and all. We did like a very basic aura pose. But I genuinely don't feel like it. I genuinely don't feel like finishing it today. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on it a little bit off stream, and then I'll show you guys. You know, would that be okay? Because I just don't want to figure out the anatomy of this. I don't want to figure out the anatomy of this. I genuinely just. Why can things just not materialize the way that I wanted to? Huh? Why can things not materialize the way that I wanted to? Why can I just not think about it and be in the page already? Why do I gotta put in so much work? Because here's the thing. Her body type is one in particular that I don't really have that much practice drawing. You know? Her body type, I don't have really much practice drawing like chubbier body types. And so, you know, there's a reason why I made her chubby, so I can force myself to draw a chubbier body type. right? But because I don't really have that much practice drawing her, I just don't have the brain right now to figure out how the folds actually interact, you know, with her body. So I need to do that, but I'll do that later. Because right now my brain cannot and will not be able to do it right now. I've been wondering, will you post the other Pokestars art? You know, I completely forgot that I said that I had those. I completely forgot that I had those. So I think I'll post them tomorrow. Because genuinely, I completely forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about it. So yeah, I'll post them tomorrow. I'll post the Pokestars tomorrow, and next week we're gonna work in more Pokestars. But yeah. Lord, my brain is empty. My mind is an enigma. Cue the milk falling. But anyways, let's see who's up for a raid. Gragal. Can I raid Gragal? Can I raid Gragal? Raid. For yeah, I can raid him. Hell yeah. We're going to the sock. We're going to the sock. Thank you for the same. No, thank you all for coming. Really, this was just much more than an art stream. It was me just catching up with you guys and having a fun time. Because, you know, we have not talked in a while. It's been such a long time since we actually like just sat down and talked. So I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. And I hope to get to see you next week, because next week we're gonna come back in full. We're gonna be doing Pokemon White and the Pokestars. So hope you guys are excited. And hopefully, if everything turns out well and I don't kill myself in the middle of it, I will hopefully be finishing the video by next week. I really hope so. But I'm not gonna give myself a hard deadline, because if I don't meet it, I'm gonna feel really bad about it. So anyway. Hope you guys have a good day, a lovely night, and remember, the Cherry Bomb Blossom Boutique always appreciates you. I hope to see you guys next week. And if you're going to the sock raid, if you're going to see us, if you're going to see the sock, I don't know. I don't have a raid message. What should we say, Chad? What should a raid message be? You know, whatever. You guys go there. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye, y'all.